Well, good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Here! Here comes he's wearing that lovely floral print shirt with the round tip collar. I'll tell you why. It's because today I'm going to talk about a band that I've long championed on this channel, mainly on account of the fact that I think they are simply brilliant. It's the Lemon Twigs. I'll do the theme tune on a guitar that I haven't tuned since January the 1st, 2026, and get stuck into it. It's just typical, isn't it? You take the chair in to get oiled, and it stops squeaking. I despair, I do. Justin Hawkins rides again. Definitely not AI. AI would never be that shit. But anyway, it'll do for now, won't it? Look for Your Mind. The Lemon Twigs' sixth studio album was released on May the 8th. It's the first album on which the brothers Brian and Michael Daddario are joined by members of their touring group, including the drummer Reza Matin, the bassist Danny Ayala, and Eva Chambers. Now, the brothers Daddario are exceptional multi-instrumentalists, both really badass on pretty much any instrument you put in their hands. And this is, I can't wait to hear this actually, because I think it's exciting. I've seen them play, as I've mentioned before, and I just think, astounding. And even the sort of what you might consider to be the additional musicians are multi-instrumentalists, and they're always swapping around, and you never know what permutation you're going to get from one song to another, and it always sounds fantastic. Anyway, 2 or 3 was released last month. I'm going to just click on it and watch it. Can't say fairer than that, can I? I really love it when you see that. What is that thing on that piano? There seems to be some kind of perspex shield. I don't know whether that's a sonic thing or something to put your music on so you don't have to turn the pages, but that is an enormous music stand. She's lived 2 or 3 as many lives as me. Do, 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 do. And then there's a mnemonic refrain that sort of echoes the sentiments harmonically of the refrain from before. So it really gets under your skin. This is the first time I've heard this particular track. I listened to a couple of other bits from the record, and I did actually send a text message to Brian because I think they're fucking fantastic. And it's so nice to hear, I don't know, how can I put this? Proper music. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. It's jangly as anything. And my friends who are excited about stuff like Alex Chilton and so on, they have written to me and said, you've got to hear this stuff. My friend Pat Carty, for example, concluded his review with these words: if you're partial to the glittering seam of music that runs from the Beatles through Badfinger, Alex Chilton, Todd Rundgren, Cheap Trick, Jellyfish and 1,000 others, then you're going to love this album. And who doesn't love all that stuff? So I suppose this is pop music as it used to be in the olden days when people actually played their instruments and it wasn't just about doing backflips and, you know, they probably do backflips as well, but it's not the main crux of the Lemon Twigs experience. Sometimes I listen to the Lemon Twigs earlier efforts, and if I put headphones on and lay in my boudoir listening with, you know, a form of sort of sensory deprivation, like I just sit there in the dark and I listen to it, it makes me feel nauseous because of how good it is, and I'm sort of trying to figure out what all these harmony parts are doing, how they've built it, and trying to reverse engineer it without an instrument in my hand. And it's just, I think, is a staggering achievement every time they record something. And I know that they record things using analog equipment as well, because I hark back to when they played in Brighton and I interviewed those guys. So it's especially impressive when you consider what the actual process is for these guys. It's not a laptop. There's no, there's no auto tune or pitch correction. There's just really, really good singing and playing and clever arrangements done the old-fashioned way. There's a little echo of something in that melody. Oh my God, you know what it reminds me of? It actually reminds me of My Rose Has Left Me, I'm in a mood.
She went to Kenya with a bloke from our white carpet.
Yeah, that's Mulligan and O'Hare. She couldn't have children. That didn't stop us from trying. It's that one, isn't it? See, what's really lovely about that is that all the pads of the oohs and the ahs and stuff that happen in the verse and the pre-chorus, all of that stuff falls by the wayside, and they sing like a traditional 3-part or perhaps even 4-part in places harmony over the main refrain, which is then echoed by the piano and flute stuff. It's so well arranged. I mean, what an undertaking. It's really impressive. Look at that seductive looking up through the brow whilst pouring the champagne. Suddenly become desaturated and overlaid. There's at least 3 images that are... Oh no, maybe just 2 actually. I think that's some sort of bowed instrument happening there. I know that Brian plays cello, I think. So it's probably that. But I'm hearing brass in this as well. Backing vocals are doing the echoing of the sentiment as well. It's just a great example of how the Lemon Twigs evolved their arrangements to the point where this swirling vortex of vocals and jangle and chaos, it reaches a different kind of crescendo. It's not relying on extra guitar effects and stuff. It's just the way the instruments interact in a more emphatic way at the end. It's quite brilliant. It really is. And what's that counter melody as well? Some weird sort of chromatic lines happening in the backing vocal arrangement. And kudos for resisting the temptation to go dee 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 dee. Da, 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 da. They didn't do that, which is obviously, I think that's the thing that we all have to fight as songwriters, the urge to go da 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 at the end of any song. Anyway, the album has had really positive reviews. One critic wrote, "They do make music that is truly their own. Sure, everybody from the Beatles and Beach Boys remain chief hallmarks, but instead of copying complete vocal or chord changes, it sounds like the brothers have finally shredded somebody else's work, tossed it up in the air, picked up the pieces, and then randomly arranged them into their songs." I don't know if I agree with that. I think the brothers, and at the very least, no, all of them, they're really well versed in anything that resembles jangle and pop from that 60s period. They're au fait with, I think they have an encyclopedic knowledge of all of the music that sounds like that. They're obsessed with it. They make it in a compulsive way. They have, musical heritage. Their father was a proper songwriter. And I'm just really pleased that COVID hasn't derailed the momentum of this band completely. Every time they come to the UK, they end up playing, bigger places, and it's growing. It's not growing exponentially, but I think people are cottoning on to the fact that these are the real deal, and they are the real deal. So, as mentioned before, if you're a fan of anything Big Star, Beach Boys, Beatles, in other words, if you like music, you're going to love this Lemon Twigs album. I can't wait to cover some more of their tracks. I think they're fucking amazing. I might have mentioned that before. Justin Hawkins writes again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these two videos. And if you get a chance to go and see the Lemon Twigs, do so. When I saw them, they did a cover of Good Vibrations and as a 4-piece. And it was, it just sounded so good. And they were touring at that time with just one guitar, no spares. They broke a string. They'd have to stop and put a new one on, I suppose, but that didn't happen when I saw them, and they were really, really great. Sorry, I stopped recording too soon. All right, nice one. See you on the ice. All right. Okay.